Yo, what up, boys? Today I'm gonna show you guys how you guys can make money on a day that didn't have the best conditions. Because if you look at the market today, you guys can take a look. Say if you guys looking at hourly, you're like, how can I make money in chop like this? You know what I mean? Like you're looking at this, like if you're looking at the hourly chart and you see conditions like this, just like wiki candles are pretty like indecisive. You know what I mean? You majorly want to see candles like this. You know what I mean? Like during New York, the blue right here, this is New York session. You want to see candles like full. You know what I mean? With like just looks good. You know what I mean? Doesn't look bad. See this? Like this does not look good. But I want to show you guys today how you guys can make money on not great condition days. So let's get into it. So going into the morning. Let's go to the morning. Also want to show you guys like my trade recaps. I took a couple trades today. I took two winners, so it was a pretty nice, decent day. So yeah, let's look at it. So going to the morning, we had this hourly fair value gap. 1 hour. Let's go to the 9:15. So we have this 1 hour fair value gap, and what I was looking for in the morning, I was looking for price to reach up into this 4 hour fair value gap. That's all I was looking for. I wasn't looking for really much. Just looking for a tap in this 4 hour fair value gap as a target. Okay. Let's go 15-minute chart. So right here we can see I missed out on a trade in the morning because we had a lot of news today. We had 8:15, 8:30, and we had FOMC minutes at 2 o'clock. So majority of the time when we have FOMC, I want to wait till after this to trade. Usually, but there's usually two FOMC minutes. Let me see if I can find one. Next week, let's see if we can find one so I can show you guys. So if you guys can see how this FOMC right here? There's two at 2 o'clock and 2:30. These this news event is the one I want to wait till after 2:30 to trade. But since it was just the one at 2 o'clock, I was fine with taking trades before this, just because the actual FOMC is like pretty huge. That's a huge like the liquidity in the market goes crazy in that time. But the 2 o'clock one usually doesn't go too insane. Majority of the time it just goes along with whatever setup you can find. But yeah, so we can see that we already had news at 8:15. This candle right here didn't really do much at 8:15, 8:30. But like I said, I wasn't really looking at the market this time because, like I said, I don't really like to look at the. I should have. I missed the trade, but I just missed it. You know what I mean? It's fine. Because at the end of the day, you know that there's gonna be another setup, or most of the time, or you never really know because the market has to show you a trade. You don't just guess. But majority of the time, I usually, in my experience, there's a setup at this time or before. But okay, so let's get into it. So going to the 1 minute, or at this time, you couldn't really see much. There's not much to see. So market open was right here. There's not really much to see, not really much going on. You know what I mean? Maybe the only trade you can really trade is if it taps into this 15-minute fair value gap. And then you can maybe catch a long into these highs, which eventually did happen, I think. Let's see. Yeah, see how it's not clear? It's just choppy. This is why I like to avoid the morning, because usually in the morning there's not really good setups when afternoon news happens. So that's why I avoided it. But the trade you could have took was because like it's just chopping. All it's doing is just ranging. It's taking out after every low and high, and I don't really fuck with that. But the trade you could have taken in the morning was this one, because there was a SMT right here. SMT. So what you could have done, if you see this candle right here, this is technically a breaker block on a lower time frame. If I go to 30-second, so we had SMT, and then what? So remember what we always look for in our trade setups. You always want to look for a smart money reversal. That's how you catch the highest probability setups. You're always looking for this pattern right here. You know what I mean? Because then you can catch the breaker block. You can usually catch a fair value gap right here and enter short. Put your stop above that high and to whatever lows you have down here. So this is where always looking for. This is my like bread and butter. This is what I always look for, because if you don't see this, then like that, to me, I don't really catch good setups. But yeah, so remember, we're always looking for this little key market structure shift. And so if you can see on the 1 minute, sometimes market will leave this on purpose, and people don't really understand because they don't really understand how to read market structure. But this is a breaker block right here, because look at up candle, down candle, then another high candle. So what is this? This is technically a higher high, higher low, higher high. Then we want to break this lower low or higher low to go then lower. So what you could have done is, after the SMT, what you could have done is you could have just shorted this right here for the best risk. Put your stop over here. And if you guys remember the video I uploaded yesterday, that's the exact kind of trade I caught. But if you want to be clear, you just want to wait for the setup. So look at, boom, price closed beneath. So what do you wait for now? You wait for the retest. You wait for this part right here. So boom, price retested it. So what you could have done is went short right here. Put your stop a little safer, maybe a little higher. You could put it above this high, but personally I don't like to risk that much. I will. It depends if the setup calls for it. Most of the time, if you want to see a short, you do not want to see this breaker block go back above. Meaning, you don't want to see price go all the way up here and then go lower. You know what I mean? Because if it does that, then that just shows you that maybe the market structure isn't good, and like price isn't executing as it should be. So boom, price rejected it. Like I said, you could have targeted these lows, or you could have targeted whatever target you could targeted. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to target. Oh, also there's a standard deviation right here. Because think about it, every single time there's a smart money reversal, there's always a standard deviation. Remember I told you guys about standard deviation? Price will most of the time touch this 2 to 2.5 extension. This right here, this little section right here. So see what happened. Again, I didn't take this trade, but this is the trade you could have taken. Now if we see, look at price, boom, perfectly touched. You could put your target right here for a nice 3 to whatever you have your risk at, a nice 4 to 1 RR, wherever you have your stop. This would have been a beautiful trade to take. And then look, price never went back down there. So yeah, that's one of the trades I missed. I didn't see that trade, but again, it's perfectly fine. So now again, all we're waiting for is the same thing. We're waiting for our next setup. So we're waiting for our smart money reversal. You can see right here, there's no really smart money reversal. There's one right here, and you could probably take this long right here. But I want to wait for the shit to be clear. So what's going on? Put this 1 minute. So now we're just waiting. We're waiting for a smart money reversal. Remember, price rejected off this 15-minute fair value gap. It's like I said, like market structure is not really too clear. Remember, like you want to be patient. You don't want to just guess. You don't want to just have a feeling. Like feelings are the worst thing you can have in the market, because you're going off your own like mind and what you think is gonna do. You got to fight your own impulsiveness. You know what I mean? You got to wait for the market to show you. So right here, the market's like just chopping up, and I'm gonna start showing you guys the trades I took. So again, we're just waiting, and then boom. There's an SMT right here. There's also SMT right here, I think. There's SMT right here. Then there's another SMT right here. You always want to wait for a lot of confluence for a trade. For me personally, you could have taken this trade, like I said, you know, because there's a smart money. Where's the smart money reversal? Where is it at? See, it's like not really too clear. There's no real smart money reversal. You know what I mean? Like where are you gonna take a trade? So yeah, remember I told you guys about breaker blocks. This is a lower low, lower high, lower low, and then price broke this because we go to 30-second again. You can start seeing the structure right here. So I had this marked right here. I had this breaker block marked, and once I see price respecting this area, you really want to see it respect the 50% line. You guys could kind of, let me just make it a little brighter for you guys. Give me 1 second. It's a little brighter. So see that middle line? That's 50% of the breaker block. Meaning that's like the most sensitive area to a breaker block. You want to see price respect this. And look how it's respecting it to the T. See that? never closed below the 50% line, the middle line right there. So once I started seeing that, I was like, all right, cool. So I think, so what I thought is I thought the market was gonna touch these highs, this high, and these highs as well. So I went long right here. Again, remember, you could put your stop. So I went long. Where'd I go long? I went long somewhere right here. Put my stop underneath this low. Because remember, you don't want to see this breakthrough below. Then I targeted this high. And my second target was this high. So let's see what happened. For a nice 3 RR. You always want to have trades with nice RR. You always got to risk one to make 3. You know what I mean? So I went long right there. Price had a nice rejection afterwards. Went a little drawdown. Then boom. Price just smacked TP. And then I took out one contract after that, and I had my next runner right here. But we'll see what happened. And then price just kind of just dumped. You know what I mean? I got stopped out break even. So I took one. I had one win right there. Nice little win. Perfect win. And then from here, now I'm waiting for news. So this is 2 o'clock. So I wait for 2 o'clock right here. And then price, so I kind of just left it alone right here. And then price took out these lows. Took out these lows, sell side liquidity. So now what I'm waiting for again is I still want to see these highs taken because remember my bias in the beginning of the day, I want to see this 4 hour for value gap touch. I want to see all these highs taken to touch the 4 hour for value gap, and then just just take it like that, easy, simple trade. So then from here, I was just waiting to see what happened, waiting. So then price kind of went on just on a little uptrend, and then so once you see price like this, remember you could have probably taken a trade right here. But I don't really like to take trades like this because where's the smart money reversal? You know what I mean? Like there's nothing. All you're seeing is this. That's all you're seeing. You remember what we wait for? We wait for this. We want to see this happen first, the smart money reversal, then to go higher. So I didn't take a trade here. So I just waited to see what happened. I went to the 15-minute. Then I saw this 15-minute for value gap. Drew this out. Remember, you only want to wait for discount as well. So now we're targeting this high. So you want to see this. So I wanted to see this 15-minute for value gap touched. At this time, I was looking at the market. I want to see it just come lower. Doesn't look good. I want to see price come lower. Have a smart money reversal. Then to have a retry to take these highs. So again, you always want to have a step process. You don't want to just randomly gamble and just hop in any of these trades. I mean, maybe some of them could have worked if it's your strategy. You know what I mean? Whatever trade you trade is how you trade. You know what I mean? You like I always like to wait for it so it's dumb clear, because when it's dumb clear, that's how you get the best setups. And it's just so obvious. It's like screaming at your face to be like, all right, like this is the setup to take. So yeah, so now we're just waiting for this highs taken. I'm waiting for this, and I'm also waiting for discount. Waiting for discount this range. So waiting for this white line to get touched, or this, or OTE, optimal trade entry. So let's see what happens. So price started rejecting right here, and I really liked how price left these highs intact. I like how I really left this high intact, because if it didn't like leave that high intact and it took this high, it would have been kind of like, ooh, like I don't know, like it's always better when you have like 1 or 2 liquidity points to target. You know what I mean? Just have multiple targets. So yeah, we're still waiting. Then what time is this? So this is 1:30. Remember, news is at 2. You always gotta be conscious of news. So news is in 8 minutes. Boom, price tapped the 15-minute for that gap. It tapped discount. So now what are we waiting for? Waiting for a smart money reversal. We always wait for. Boom. And then so this is another thing. You can take a trade. I know I'm kind of backtracking with everything I said, but you can take like a trade if it doesn't have a smart money reversal, but if it has good displacement. If price displaces above this high, then that just tells me that, all right, cool, price is looking to go higher. You know what I mean? So let's see what happens. So boom, price displaced. If price didn't come this high, if price would have only did this and did this, I wouldn't have took the trade. I would have not took the trade because it barely tapped above it. But since price had this big, nice surge above this high right here, I consider this market structure shift. So what do we do from here? now I'm just waiting for price to. Now I'm just waiting for the price to come back to discount. You know what I mean? Price is fractal. We're always waiting for the same thing over and over again. So our price touch discount this range. Now we're waiting for discount this range again. And so what can we enter off discount this range? If you guys can see, we have this nice point of resistance and support. I don't use support and resistance, but once you see like a say like this, like a inverse fair value gap, see how it got tapped once and then just dipped out and then it broke through it. Price will always move. Price will always touch old points. So I saw that, and also there is this breaker block. You can use this breaker block right here. So now I'm just waiting right here. I'm just waiting to see what price wants to do. So once price tapped this point, once it tapped discount and this breaker block, I entered. Oops, wrong one. I entered right here. Put my stop below this breaker block. This, but at the same time, because this could be the whole breaker block right here. You know what I mean? Like this can be the whole thing. So it's really what you feel comfortable with your risk. So I put my risk underneath OTE, because usually when price, another little tidbit is when price disrespects OTE, price usually that setup won't work. It can work, but most of the time for me, what I've noticed, it won't work. Then it had nice, beautiful targets to up here. There's that target. So let's see what happens. So another nice risk to reward. Mine was, I had my stop I think at 3 RR. So I had my stop somewhere right there. It was more like right here. So if you look at this trade, it had nice, beautiful risk to reward. And also, yeah, okay. So I took my trade right here. Again, when you see your setup, you just have to take it. You just gotta stab and take it, because most of the time people, they'll be too scared to take their setup. Once you see your setup, you have to enter. You know what I mean? Like if you have a couple confluences, you gotta just be like, all right, you know, I'm gonna take it, because some people get nervous. They want to see extra and stuff like that. Like once the price is screaming at you, that's obvious. Because like this is obvious. What are my confluences? Discount this total of the bigger range. Tap into a 15-minute fair value gap. Displacement above this high. And like it's just and then price left this high intact as well. This is what I really liked. Since price left this high intact, I really like that. So boom, now we have a couple targets to take. Now I'm just waiting for price to see what it wants to do. So I was waiting for a big move up. Boom, boom, boom. And then price is boom. Just tap my TP. And I took out one contract right here, and I left my other runner towards right here. But if you guys can see, prices dip low, stop me on break even. That's fine, you know what I mean? That's completely fine. As long as you're taking profits within a trade, that's what matters. And if you guys can see, when we zoom out, like I showed you guys on the hourly, like what trade setup do we have? You know what I mean? Like look at this, look at the hourly. It just looks like chop, 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 chop. And that's the good thing about trading, about being a scalper and trading the intraday model, or like, you know, like 1 minute models, because you can really find good risk reward setups, and it could like just easy executions. So yeah, so those are the trades I took today. I left a little bit of money on the table because I left runners on this one to take out this high, stop to break even. Left runners for this high, got stopped to break even. That's fine, you know what I mean? Like as long as you're following your rules and have a good game plan, then that's what matters. You know, you never lose money taking profits. That's a quote I learned from Mark Douglas. You never lose money taking profits, because you're not. You know what I mean? If you take profits and you put yourself to break even, risk free trade. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's how I caught two nice trades. It's pretty simple. It's a quick video for you guys. Well, it's not that quick, 18 minutes. But yeah, there's a couple good setups today. You know what I mean? You could have took this setup right here with the SMT, targeted 2.2.5. You had this smart money reversal to take this high. Then you had this big move up, wait for displacement, take this high. Boom. So really nice, easy trades. Really can't get more simple than that. Those are trades I took today, two winning trades. If you guys have any questions, hit me up. Peace out.